Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's Friday, the 24th day of May. It is Asparagus Day, which I will celebrate because I'm a fan. I didn't know that I liked asparagus until my wife over here made me try some, and I complained for an hour and a half, and I finally plugged my nose, and I took a bite, and I was like, this is actually pretty good.
It.
No, I love it. No, I love asparagus. Also, Escargot Day. Never tried that. Never gonna.
No, I won't be trying that either.
National Wig Out Day. National Road Trip Day. National Don't Fry Day. National Death Busters Day. National Cooler Day. It's Carb Day today. World Schizophrenia Day. Wait a minute. Didn't you just say that in a different voice? It's also Yucatan Shrimp Day today. And what else do we have on here? I think, Denny's Endless Breakfast Day. All right. Brothers Day. A lot of stuff going on.
All kinds
All
of
of that
stuff.
happening on this Friday. And I've got a guest. No, what's that? I don't. I have two guests. All right. Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo. Going to talk to both of them about a show that they're on together called Shogun on FX. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A study once found that when it comes to listening to and enjoying new music, the average person hits the taste freeze at about 33. That's when most people stop listening to new music.
Yeah.
At 33. Fortunately, that doesn't mean you don't enjoy music beyond that age, nor does it necessarily mean that you don't enjoy the oldies. What happens, according to the data, this was assembled by a company called Spotify. They said that musical tastes diversify around the age 33. Some discover alternative music, some discover classical music, some discover the world of music or jazz. They also tend to follow new songs by aging pop stars of their youth. But when it comes to younger artists, not so much. Their taste freeze has probably always existed. Music streaming seems to have enhanced it, and apparently this company just gave it a name, the Taste Freeze. So,
Taste freeze.
Yeah.
It sounds like a new soda.
it kind of does. It sounds delicious. I enjoy that while I'm listening to my old music. All right, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years, and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that the world record for the longest human chain, that's hands holding hands, people doing that,
Right.
is 652.4 miles.
Oh.
It consisted of 5 million people. This happened in Bangladesh as part of a big campaign. So there was like a Hands Across America thing, wasn't there?
I remember Hands Across America.
Did you do that?
Yeah. No.
I didn't either. I remember it, but I was not.
Apparently, Iowa was not part of America at that time.
No, I'm sure it was. You just were not invited. I grew up in South Dakota, and I was not invited. I don't know where that Hands Across America line was. I have to look it up and see if we were just not invited, or maybe it was nowhere near us. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Avenger star Chris Hemsworth will be honored with the 2,781st star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Isn't that nice?
He played Thor in a movie. I think the movie was called Thor. It's from Marvel. Anyway, you know who he is. Anyway, he is one of the many people that's going to be in a film that opens called Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I think it opens Friday. Either that or this story is a week old. I'm not sure. And Yellowstone will be happy to hear some concrete news finally about the show's final episodes. Instagram is where they shared this, that they've confirmed that the shooting has begun for the much anticipated second half of season 5 for Yellowstone. They said they're back in Montana, finishing up some filming for Yellowstone. The second and final installment will consist of 6 episodes, and they're supposed to be coming out in November. It was delayed because of the writer's strike last year. That's what the big holdup was. Big
Man,
screen,
people love that show.
Yeah, big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A report claims that coffee loses 70% of its flavor within 2 minutes of being brewed. 70%?
Wow, that's
So
substantial.
Do I drink coffee quick enough to even appreciate it?
You probably do not know. I do, because I only like mine when it is scalding hot.
I always water mine down. I put creamer in it or somehow get it so it's not quite as hot. I've been probably ruining my coffee my entire life. I don't even know how to live, Heidi. Should we move on? I think we should. Another reason to sound the alarm bells on AI, this is kind of concerning. AI also stands for artificial intelligence. These systems these days are becoming increasingly sophisticated. How sophisticated, you might ask? Well, a report by the Center for AI Safety, which is a thing now in San Francisco, warns that with engineers and developers working to make AI as human as possible, some systems are now capable of lying.
Great.
The research team wrote this in their report that, quote, large language models and other AI systems have already learned from their training the ability to deceive via techniques such as manipulation and psychohancy. I don't know what that is. Whatever that word is. Any AI here to help me? No? We're not artificially intelligent. We are authentically stupid. That's what we are. Anyway, they say they can also cheat the safety test. It says this poses short-term risks such as fraud and election tampering.
Wow.
So long-term risks could also be things like losing control of AI systems completely. In one example, the AI system Cicero, Cicero, developed by Meta to play the strategy game Diplomacy, turned out to be an expert liar. Despite its creators' efforts to make it as honest and helpful as possible, it was found to, quote, make alliances with human players only to betray them later in pursuit of victory.
Jeez.
Another system learned to cheat on tests designed to prevent it from engineering harmful financial behaviors. And even more scary is is just like a student might only behave when teachers are watching. They learned to play dead during evaluations only to pursue their own goals once they were no longer under scrutiny. So AI is kind of creepy.
I'm not liking any
Scoop
of
the day
this.
comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with not one, but two awesome people today. We're going to talk about a program on FX, Shogun, and we've got on the line right now Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo. And we'll start ladies first. Rachel, first of all, thank you for taking the time to chat. Tell me a little bit about this program. This looks really cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us. Yes, we are now streaming on FX through Hulu the show, Shogun, and it is a 10-part mini-series, or limited series, rather, spanning part of the year of 1600 in which an English sailor washes up ashore into the land of Japan, and he enters the realm of politics at a very, very, very tense time, and drama ensues.
And Justin, the two of you are listed as series creators. So you guys got to kind of just invent this whole thing. Is this based on something that happened, or is it all completely fictitious, Justin?
James Clavell's book is a work of historical fiction, but it's very much based on real events. It's got a lot of conflations and adjustments and, dramatization of certain characters. But so many of the key stories of this show and of the novel that preceded it, are really derived from what actually happened in history, which is quite extraordinary when you start to see what happens and see all the heads that roll and everything else.
And there's so much action. And again, there's so much going on in this. I bet it was fun to tell this story and tell it the way that you're telling it.
It definitely, had all the challenges that a big kind of high-octane action movie would have. I mean, we were out there shooting with swords in the woods and sea battles and action sequences inside in rooms and, blades cutting through shoji paper. It was all the things that you want when you sign up for this show. Of course, getting them on screen was a different matter. And it took, 5 years to figure out a way to tell this story right. And to scrutinize it very carefully. And now we look at the result on the other side.
And to build the process by which you tell the story. We had no idea going into it. I don't think anybody knew how to do it, but we were building the mechanism as we were using it.
Yeah, we're so glad we didn't know, because if we knew, we probably would have run scared from the very beginning.
It looks amazing. So you got to create this world. How much of the world that you created is like real practical and how much of it is CG? Because it just looks amazing.
So much of it is practical. We said, if we're going to do this, we're going to go there. And of course, then COVID happened and we couldn't go to Japan. But we shot this in British Columbia and, we had stages for our interiors and some of our garden work, but no, this was out there in the woods. When they're looking out those doors, they're looking out onto real gardens that we built. And we wanted that to feel like, you need to be like, if they're in the cold, you feel cold. If they're in the rain, you feel wet. Too many shows and movies these days, they don't actually bring you there. We wanted, if you're going to sign up for the show for 10 episodes, that you're going to go there. It's like buying a ticket on a tour to 1600 Japan.
So the 10 episodes are out right now. When I get to the end of this, is there room for something more, Rachel, or are we done at the end of the 10?
Oh, well, we definitely take you to the end of the book, and we feel quite good about where that leads us.
So we really want to be, it's like, I want to be respectful to spoilers and not sort of talk about where the show's going to end. We'll have to, once everyone has seen the end of the show, then we can talk about where it might go.
Absolutely. Very, very cool. And so what is next for the two of you? Have you guys worked together before Shogun? Do you kind of plan to work on other things together again in the future?
Oh, well, this was our first foray into anything shared. I'm typically a prose or a fiction writer, so this is all new to me.
Yeah, what's next for us is a lot of rest. We live in Hawaii, and we're just still trying to get our energy bar back up to 100%.
Well,
before we figure it out.
And you definitely got some room to do that. And again, this looks phenomenal. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to chat with us about it today.
Thank you, John.
Thanks so much.
Again, Justin and Rachel, the program is called Shogun. It's on FX. It's also through Hulu. I've got a link to the trailer, and I've got a link to how you can find it and follow along with the episode. It's all in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A pound of houseflies contains more protein than a pound of beef. Well, I'm still not eating that.
Pound of houseflies.
That's a lot of houseflies. That's like a whole
whole
pound
lot
of
of
them.
houseflies.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People born in May have the lowest risk of illness and disease, while those born in October have the highest, according to a study. Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
An average adult stomach can hold about 2 quarts or 1.9 liters of food. I am way above average. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
NASA invented a thing that we all know as the dust buster. Yeah,
Really?
that was invented
I
at
didn't
NASA.
know that.
I didn't know that either. That's kind of cool. When you think about the shape of it, it does kind of look a little NASA-ish, doesn't it?
NASA-ish?
Yeah, it's got a little NASA look to it. All right, our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Your dog can get a sense of when you're supposed to be home from work based on how much of your scent is left in the house. So, it's starting to fade away. They're going to be here soon. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. On average, you'll get about 10 of these per year. What are they? So it's not quite
Headaches.
once a month. How in the world are you getting all these right? Did you look at my notes?
I did not.
It's 2 days in a row that you nailed it right out of the chute. I'm pretty sure she's looking at the notes while I'm in the other room. Seriously, you just guessed that?
I just guessed.
You are such a good guesser. Are you kidding me right now? Are you?
I did not look at
All right. Well, there's not a prize. It's not like you're cheating. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. We talked earlier about AI and how scary that's getting. I don't know if this is AI, but it's getting kind of scary. Soon, you might be able to simply look at a restaurant checkout screen to pay. Yeah, a novel biometric technology is becoming increasingly widespread as a facial ID payment company, Pop ID. What do you think of that?
I am not liking any of this.
Well,
None
they're
of it.
signing more and more deals across the U.S. to introduce the state-of-the-art technology into eateries. Users simply take a selfie to register, then they look at the camera to verify their identity for every transaction. The fast food chain Steak and Shake is installing the system in 300 locations. Customers take about 3 seconds to check in through Pop ID, much faster than opening the restaurant's app and scanning a QR code. Oh, boy.
People, oh my
I don't know if I'm ready for this either. So what if I just have a photo of somebody and I hold that photo up and now they're paying for all my meals? So anybody else think of that one yet?
This
Pop
whole
ID?
thing is terrifying,
Yeah,
all of it.
I'm not quite ready for it. It's a little weird. That's why it's today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Essential safety items everyone should keep in their car. This is a good idea. There's 8 safety guidelines according to this. We're going to try to hit all of them here. First aid kit. That kind of is self-explanatory.
Right.
A phone charger and a battery charger. So the phone charger is, to make sure your phone can charge up. The battery charger, I suppose, is in case the battery on your vehicle gets bad.
Okay.
And I've got 2 of those in our garage. I should throw one in the trunk of our car, actually. A flashlight. I actually have one of those in my car. That is a very good idea. And a lot of people have that like on their phone now as well. But it's a good idea to have an extra one in your car. Jumper cables. I have some of those in my vehicle, and I've used them a bunch, helping folks out. Spare tire. Yeah, I have one. I had to look to see, because I'm like, where is a spare tire on this vehicle?
Some vehicles we've had, and we've gone to look, and there is no spare tire.
Spare. Another thing is a blanket. Definitely, like winter months, it's a good idea to have at least one, but maybe even a few if you're going to be traveling when it's cold out. Water and non-perishable snacks. Absolutely a good idea to have those things as well. So I've got that whole list in the show notes.
And don't eat them
for
all
today.
because your wife went into a store for a couple of minutes.
I did that. I convinced her to buy a bunch of trail mix, and then it was like 3 stops later, it was gone. She's like, "What did you do?" That was in case we got stranded in the car. I'm like, I had no idea how long you were going to be in there, so I was concerned for my safety. I've got the list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from Catherine Whitehorn, who says, "Find out what you like doing best and get someone to pay you for doing it." That's a good idea.
That is true.
So how do I get somebody to pay me to stay home and watch TV? Just kidding. That's honestly not what I like doing the most. I think we found, for me anyway, I found what I like doing the most.
I think we're pretty blessed.
Yeah, we're in here doing this. I mean, can you believe we get paid to do this? Wait a minute. Do we get paid to do
We
this?
really don't get
Okay,
paid.
never mind.
But we enjoy it.
But we're getting a lot of experience. It's got to be worth something. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Take a listen to this story from Ohio. A stranger covers a $112 tab for unclaimed pizza order at a local shop. This is a heartwarming act of kindness. A stranger stepped in to cover the cost of an unclaimed pizza order from Pizza Roma. That's kind of a cool name for a pizza place.
It is.
Turning a frustrating situation into a tale of community spirit and generosity. The incident began when a woman called Pizza Roma and ordered 16 pizzas worth over $100 for pickup the next day. A lady called the place and ordered 16 pizzas to be picked up, and the next day she called right before they were supposed to be picked up, and she said, "Hey, you know what? I don't need those now."
Whoa.
So they already made them because they were supposed to be picked up at that time. She called when they were supposed to be picked up. She's like, "Yeah, never mind." So it says, I can't see why someone would do that to anybody, let alone a small business.
No, that's terrible.
So fast forward to this week, Kiefer received another call for a large order. This time, the caller had an unexpected request. He said, "I'd like to pay for those 16 pizzas that were never picked up." He said, "At first I was skeptical, fearing that maybe there was some weird thing going on. However, when the man offered to pay over the phone, he realized, okay, maybe it's not a scam." He said, "I didn't believe it at all at first. I was thinking, okay, what's the angle here? What are they trying to do here?" But it was like an angel calling in, saying, "Hey, I'm going to help you out." Generous caller was a guy named Travis, a fellow small business owner and an Army veteran who had learned about the Pizza Roma plight
I love this
through
so
social media.
much.
With a background in the pizza industry and a deep sense of gratitude that he had received during tough times, he, Travis, felt compelled to lend a helping hand. He said, "I'll have a lot of gratitude for people who have helped me out in similar situations where I was in need and no strings attached." He said, I was happy to be able to be in a place to help out. Anytime you can right a wrong, when you have the ability or the luxury to do so, why not do it?
Oh,
what a great
what
story.
an awesome... God bless this guy.
Yeah, that's a very cool story. And I don't know what happened to the pizzas because it said this was later that happened. So it's not like he, ate the pizzas. But hopefully something good happened with those.
Yeah,
and
well,
they didn't just
hopefully
get
they were
tossed.
able to donate them or something.
I've got a link to the story if you'd like to read it. Maybe you'll see it in there. I didn't see it. It's in the show notes, though, for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.